What's going on, everyone? It's another Wednesday here at the Inner Circle Podcast. Welcome to our circle. How is my best girlfriend?
I'm good. How are you?
I am great. Tony the Tiger, great. How? I mean, there's so much that's been going on. I feel like
I know.
all these planets at the beginning, the beginning of the year. You see, astrology is real, people. For the people that don't believe it, at the beginning of the year, there was no planets in retrograde for a good 4 months, and things felt light, things felt good. But boy, oh boy, little by little, for me anyway, speaking for myself.
I was gonna say, I don't know. I think the first couple of months they were kind of mediocre.
Yeah, I know, but for you, winters are always a little weird
Yeah,
because you.
winters. I almost said whimpers. Winters are a little bit like they're not somber. They're just like I get like heart like heavy seasonal depression, but
Yeah,
I'm out of that funk, bitch. I love the summer, even though I hate this heat. Oh my god! But I'm not gonna lie, today wasn't that bad. It was just very
it
humid.
wasn't that bad, but because there wasn't really no sun either. The
Oh
most
yeah, but I'd rather it be really sunny and like a lot
humid.
like less humid. Yeah, I don't like the humidity. But how was your weekend?
My weekend was not bad. Not bad. It wasn't a bad weekend.
Mine was uneventful. My mom's birthday was yesterday. She turned
Happy
happy
birthday.
birthday. Um, she turned 64. I can't believe my mom's 64. Like, I look at her and I don't consider her to be that age. She looks like way younger. Like, she looks like she's in her like late 40s, early 50s, and she acts like she's 30 years old. But
That's
this
gonna be us, I feel.
I know.
So crazy that we're getting older. Like, do you think about that a lot? Like,
I do.
very introspective right now at this point. Like, I know you're like 2 years or three younger than me, but
Is it three? I don't think it's three.
well, whatever. I don't give a fuck. I'm
Wait,
38.
what year were you born?
86.
Okay, I'm 89. But you know, I saw this reel
Come on,
on
seriously.
Instagram. It's I saw this reel that said millennials, you guys need to stop. Yes, we look young, but you guys need to like come to terms that we are like we look our age. We just look like a
Well,
good
who is
version
your
of
age?
our ages. Yeah, there's a lot of millennials that are like, "Oh, I'm 35, but I don't look 35. I look like I'm 29." Which is true, but then you still look 35. If
I get
you
what you.
look at 20-year-olds right now from like not even 20 because that's way too young, but from like 22 to like 29, they still look like children. They still look like they're in high school.
Yes, yes, yes,
So
yes.
when then you have like people in their 30s, there's like literally no in between. Either you look young for your age or you look like you've been through it, bitch. Like,
No, I listen. I'm not even tooting my own horn, but toot, bitch,
yeah.
because I get it a lot when I travel. Like I get it a lot, even for a motherfucker that may be, receding and stuff. But like, I mean, no, for real. I get it. I get 20, like late 20s, early 30s,
Yeah.
30.
Would
Like
you
I'm
get
like,
speaking of that, like hairstyles and shit, would you do the baldy again?
I've done it before, and
I
I've
feel
been
like
thinking.
new haircut, new life, new haircut.
Yeah, but I don't want to feel like I'm going through. Like I don't want to. I've thought about it. I've thought about it even coming into the summer, even before like everything going down. Like, because sometimes you do extreme things when you're going through things. Hence, recently
Women
I
do
got.
it all the time. They dye their hair, they change their hair, they get a haircut when they go
Yeah.
through it. They go to the gym.
Hey, cabello, me puse.
5, 6,
Me
7,
vestí
8. I love that song. Wait, I need to put that on my like
de-
Latina parranda playlist. I'm doing
Right?
one.
Oh
Um,
yeah, from Puerto Rico.
Yeah, for Puerto Rico. I'm so excited for Puerto Rico. Let me tell you guys something. I got in the mail. a fucking jury summons. I hope that no one in the jury. Am I not supposed to talk about this? Am I gonna get in
Don't
trouble?
do that. No. This is the one time I shut you down. No.
Well,
I don't know. I believe in the internet and the everything in the CIAs and FBIs and ABCs and WBs.
I shouldn't. Yeah, you're right. Because you don't know if it's a high profile case. That's true.
Yeah. No.
Well,
Yeah.
anyways, like I was about to say, but I flip it and reverse it. I had a little bump in the road, and my trip, my Puerto Rico trip was like up in the air, questionable. But I rebuke it in the name of Jesus. I'm not letting nothing get in the way.
Let's not say that either. It's a sensitive time to say
I
that.
know.
But anyways,
You're so
no,
stupid.
I got my swimming shoes. Today.
Oh, I have them in my shopping cart, but I didn't order them. Was it the ones that I sent you? Or were there different ones?
No, because I feel like the ones you sent me, I was looking at the pictures and zooming in, and I feel like they didn't have. I needed something more like, you know, that some like the ones you sent me didn't have like any like
Traction.
it was like flat. It looked like a flat black. And I don't also want to be like, ooh, stepping on shit because it's still shit's still rocky too. So I want to have like at least some. The ones I got has I could show you after.
Send me a link because I'm not fully convinced on the ones that I have in my shopping cart.
It's the same price, I think.
Oh, okay, good. Remember when I tried? Well, I did unsuccessfully. I climbed the rocks and I got cut all over in Puerto Rico. What was the name of it? Los Piñol.
La Posita. La Posita. They call that area La Posita, pero de Piñones.
The Piñones, yeah. I climbed those rocks. I was scared for my life, but I did it.
It was beautiful too. That like it looks far, but then the walk is not far. Oh,
it's not, yeah.
Love that.
I saw the little kids doing it. I'm like, why can't I do it? Here I am, like 2 tons of fun, fucking rolling down like Humpty Dumpty. I was scared I was gonna break my vagine, but it was fine.
No, but yeah, it was. I love that beach. Like, I know we're trying to explore and do so much more because I want not only you, but I want like everyone that goes to see more of Puerto Rico. And like this time, you know, we got so I want everyone to experience more because there's so much more Puerto Rico. And like I feel like even although I lived there and me and my brother, I'm the oldest out of me and my brother, so even for them, I feel like I grasp more memories and maybe have more memories than they do. So I want them to experience, and I know I didn't experience all of Puerto Rico either for the years I lived there. So I just want us all to have like some good like.
I know what I'm gonna try to eat when we go to the beach. Those tacos. Bitch. I was thinking about them. I to this day sometimes will like scroll on my phone and I will look for Puerto Rican tacos like recipe and I don't find nothing. Someone on Facebook had them and they didn't put the recipe. They just put a picture that it was someone in Orlando. They would sell them. They would make them and sell them and they're like on today's menu Puerto Rican tacos.
Yo, people are very stingy on that recipe. You listen, and I hope our phones, our phones hear everything. What you never, even on the TikToks, the phones and everything, you never see someone giving that recipe like a Puerto Rican. They give a mofongo, they gave a pernil, they give a good coquito, they give a good arroz con gandule, chuleta, all that shit. But you never see those fucking tacos. And when we talk about tacos, people, for the people who don't know, because if you know, you know. If you're Puerto Rico, you know. It's not no Mexican taco. Shout out to my Mexicans. I love a good taco. Listen, we love a good taco. They're all over New York. We love tacos and margaritas. But these tacos I'm talking about is like, it's Puerto Rican style. It's like shredded chicken.
Shredded chicken?
Yeah, with pieces of potato, is a certain sauce in it with the soft taco. Yes. Oh my God. Yo, I've been working like I'm afraid I'm gonna gain so much weight in Puerto Rico after because like
I'm scared, bitch, because a bitch is losing weight.
I've lost weight too.
Yeah, and I'm like, I could see it. Normally when I lose weight, I don't see it. But I be looking at myself in the mirror like, okay. But yeah, I'm looking forward to that. Where is, I don't know why, but like I saw, I think on TikTok while I was scrolling, Aguadilla.
All right, yeah, you see, that's like that's that thing. But I'm glad we got cars, because Aguadilla
Eric Kane.
is a different city. It's a
Yeah.
different city, but like like even Gilligan's Island will be like, I believe a little like almost an hour drive if we went there. But the thing with Gilligan's Island, y'all will love it. All of y'all will fucking love it. I know that for a fact because you have to take a boat
Uh-huh.
from the thing to the little island. Very quick, no more than like maybe 10
You gotta
minutes.
swim and stuff.
No, not even. It's
Okay, good.
waters, low waters. It's just so calming. The tree, the different like the bonsai type of yo. I have videos there.
Bitch, are you serious? Doing
Thing or two
doing doing the deed?
with the bee. But yes, I
Oh,
love for you guys to experience that
that's
Gilligan's Island.
funny.
It's Gilligan's Island. Google it and
It's
you
really called Gilligan's Island, like after the
yeah.
show.
And I have pictures. I have pictures like in general of the scenery. The scenery is beautiful. I'll send you pictures. I'll send y'all pictures in the group chat actually. But the thing is, the last time my one of my brothers went there, they said it was closed. So I don't want to take that risk where we drive and then it's closed. But there's so much more. There's so much in the itinerary.
I do want to say
So,
though, nah, I'm gonna keep it
which
to
is
myself. I'll tell you. I'll
yeah.
tell you sooner. I'll tell you when we're closer to the date. I have a little surprise.
But anyways, we've talked our stuff and we let the people in and hopefully y'all people and y'all definitely gonna see pictures. Obviously, y'all definitely gonna see real. So definitely follow us on our socials, individual, and of course the Inner Circle Podcast Instagram. Um, but let's talk about some gag worthy news because it's definitely gag worthy. I feel like I'm living in a reality show. Here we go again. I hate like the older you get, the more I hate these presidential things
Yeah.
all that. It's like it was always anxiety. It started getting an antsy for me even when I was in high school because I was starting to grasp more and feel more of the energy of the adults and all that talk. So
Yeah.
I started feeling that weirdness of like in the seriousness of the presidential and the voting and all that
Mhm.
since high school. But obviously now we're adults and we've
I
been
couldn't
told
even finish the presidential debate. It's like I got so much anxiety, and I was just like, "Wow, these are the two fucking options that we have. This is who's gonna represent the country. Is Trump or Biden?" But I mean, we got a glimmer. I don't want to say a glimmer of hope, but I think Biden bowing out and basically like saying that he's just going to finish his term and then he endorses Vice President Kamala Harris. I think that was very admirable of him. I think
Mhm.
that like he realized that maybe it's not
in the
the
best
best
interest of the
in the
country.
best interest of the country, nor so in the best interest of him, his health, his situation, whatever. But I gotta, I have a wandering mind, and that sounds bad. But don't you
No,
think it's a little suspicious that he didn't like address America in a video? He's been sending messages. He's been sending phone like they had like a video of him and Kamala on the phone. No one has seen Biden since a couple interviews ago. Like, where is Biden? I'm not trying to do the Prince Kate and try to have a conspiracy theory.
conspiracy
But I
theory.
I personally was like, why isn't he addressing like the country like on some State of the Union where he goes on a podium and like tells people what's up? I don't know. I
Because
find that weird.
deteriorating, like he's already not deteriorating. Sorry, that's such a strong word, but
Yeah.
like obviously we see the people who watch the debate. I've seen the clips. But people watch the debate. I mean, we've seen what we've seen for the people who watch clips or the full thing. Like, come on. So I think, I
But I
mean,
don't know. I find that to be weird. Like,
yeah.
I hope nothing bad happens to him. I don't think. I remember the way that everyone is like so consider Biden to be so sweet and such a nice guy was the same way my parents used to talk about Jimmy Carter and used to
Mm.
talk about Clinton and how he was like so nice and whatever, and like people really liked him, I guess. But I don't know. We'll see if he pops up. But like the fact that he hasn't been around is kind of sus.
Yeah. And like you said, some glimmer of hope. I mean, I hope the Simpsons, they predicted a lot of things. So I hope, I mean, I really hope what we shared on our Instagram page comes true because I mean, now I know. I mean,
What
there's
was
a
the
glimpse.
last prediction? I've never watched. I don't think I've ever sat down.
In the Simpsons, they Lisa Simpson, as she's older, she's like the first president female of the United States.
Well,
Yeah,
I
and then
mean,
like her
could you
suit.
fucking imagine if? Promise me right now, if Kamala Harris wins as the president of the United States and she has Pete Buttigieg as her vice president, me and you have to dress up like that for Halloween.
Well, we won't know because the
It's
elections
in
in November.
November.
And Halloween's October. Duh.
We could do a late Halloween, I guess. Never mind. But yeah, could you imagine the queens are in the White House, bitch?
What she's picking a gay person.
Here's hoping.
Oh,
I don't know,
well,
but it would be cool if she chose Pete Buttigieg.
well, listen, we'll see. At least now. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, and I'll admit this right here on this podcast. I did not honestly, I
Yeah.
was wrestling. Like, who am I gonna vote for? Like, I'm like, there was like, I'm not going to lie, there was like 5% that was thinking maybe I will check that Trump check mark. I'm not gonna lie, I could admit that I could be man enough.
I'm tired of people thinking that because if Trump comes back, like people are gonna get back to stimulus checks. Like that's not gonna happen again.
Stupid. And that's why he did what he did.
People are so ignorant. They're like, yeah, those Trump checks, yeah, let's get them back. That's not gonna happen.
Not only that, but people are so fucking stupid. I'm sorry. And like
additionally,
like
he's planning on getting rid of, and we don't have to go into a deep dive, but like if he gets rid of all the people, all the migrants and all the people who are trying to do those low jobs, somebody's gonna have to work. Like, hello. So all these people winning on Trump checks, y'all could sit down. That's not happening unless you're in The Apprentice.
Moving on. Yeah. Good luck. So we was talking this weekend, funny enough, about Little Mix, because we're big Little Mix fans here. For the people who don't know about Little Mix, they are a UK act. We've spoken about Little Mix if you've been following us for a while on the podcast. We haven't spoken about them for a while, but they are a big girl group, one of the best-selling girl groups. Yes, even up there with the Spice Girls of all time in the UK. They have had some success over here, and they have some fans. I know people know of them here, and I put some people on to them over here with their song Touch and so much more. They've collaborated with Cienzo, which is a big group, a Spanish group that also kind of broke up recently, but they are now all solo. They went solo a few years ago, and now little by little, they all have released their solo endeavors. It started with Leanne Pinnock. She released her first offerings last year around late summer, fall. And she continued releasing streams of videos. This May, she finally released her EP that dropped, which is called it's what did you say it was called? No Hard Feelings. She released that. Following shortly after
No Hard
that,
Feelings, is that shade towards the one that left, Jesse?
No, and I have something to say about that. Jessie Nelson, obviously we know they're a quartet. Jessie left shortly after they released their last album as a group, Confetti. And I know you made a comment this weekend of, oh, that bitch broke whatever thing. But to be honest, the plan was for them to go solo.
Yeah.
Jesse just couldn't wait. I guess she didn't have the patience to wait and finish out the album and the tour and then go solo. She couldn't go through that pressure, so she left prematurely. But it was always, it was revealed, and they said it themselves, it was always the plan after Confetti for all of them to take a hiatus and do their solo endeavors. But it's also funny that we mentioned her, we was talking about her, because I think all of them now individually releasing their stuff. Let's go to Perry. If you know, you know. Perry. And if you watch the podcast a lot, you know I butcher her name a lot. She also released 2 singles so far. And then most recently, the last one to release her solo endeavor is Jade Thirlwall, going by Jade in all capitals now. So which is called Angel of My Dreams. I don't know if you have a chance to listen to all of their little solo stuff. If you have, I just want to get your take right now before we get into the logistics of numbers. And you know, unfortunately, I don't like to compare women. They're all great. I love all of Little Mix, but numbers don't lie either nowadays.
I'm not gonna lie, I haven't heard any of Perry's. Leanne, I think I've seen like a couple snippets, and then the reason why we're talking about this is because I just recently saw Jade was in New York, and also she posted like her song, and I listened to the song. The song is cute. It's a little bop. It's not. I really like them together. I don't like them separated.
Do you want me to tell you? And I was holding this to the podcast. Sometimes we obviously talk, and sometimes I want to tell it. I'm like, I want to hold this for the podcast to like mention it organically on the podcast. You know what that song reminds me of? Because you know how it starts, and then it goes into this like dumping like. And let's play a quick snippet, and I want it to be quick because I don't want us to get flagged on YouTube, and our video taken down.
Mm-hmm.
But so yeah, here there. Give me 1 second.
I mean, I like the beat. I think it's very poppy. Oh, come on, Brittany.
You hear it, right?
Yeah.
You hear it?
Instantly. I wonder who produced it.
Instantly. It reminded me, the first time I heard it, it reminded me of like, oh shit. Because the song starts out a certain way. I love songs, and I think I've told you this before. I love, okay, real quick before I lose my train of thought. Love Stone from Justin Timberlake is a perfect example. Justin Timberlake does this a lot with his music. I could give him credit where credit is due. I love songs that have a certain thing, but then turn it like a certain beat, a certain thing going, and then it turns into, it's still the same song, or maybe like a thing, but then it turns into something else. I love that. And Jade Thirlwall did that with this, where it starts like weird. And when I'm not going to lie, when it first started, bitch, and I heard the thing, and I'm like, what the fuck? But once that beat dropped, I'm like, okay, bitch. I'm like, okay. But instantly, I'm like, Britney Spears. I'm like, this reminds me of something. And I'm like, Britney Spears.
What song is that? Hold It Against Me?
Hold It Against
Me. You feel like paradise. Well, I like I said, Jade's song is cute. I like it. It's a nice beat. It's a cute little summer song. But right now, everything is Brat. Everything is Charli XCX Brat. Like, we're having a Brat summer. You haven't heard of Charli XCX's new album, Brat?
No.
Everyone keeps talking about it. It's very like techno clubby, like sexy, feminine, serving cunty, like that's what it is.
I'll give it a try. I'll listen to a song.
It's what the kids are listening to. We're too old.
Kids. But out of all their endeavors, looking at numbers, looking at the time frame they've all released things, Jessie Nelson included, girl. You were the first one. You've been like 2 years ahead of all these girls to do your thing, and you still haven't released an EP or an album.
Yeah. Shorty did all that shit for nothing.
Yo, I'm telling you, people.
I like going to her. I like going to her Instagram to see what she has because she likes
doing, right? Me too.
She likes to delete shit. Yeah.
Anyways, I'm keeping my comments to myself because I'm a better person each day with the Lord. But looking at all the numbers, as I was saying, and compiling them from the time they released everything they released, from Jessie Nelson, from when she left the group, to Leanne, to Perry, and now Jade, it seems, and this is just her first song, but from the numbers in just a week, it seems Jade is the promising seller of the group and the most maybe popular out of the solo that's gonna be solo from the girls, because in 1 week the video garnered 2.5 million views on YouTube, while Perry, who released Tears, I believe 3 months ago, hasn't even cracked 100,000. Leanne, she has 6.6 with My Jam that I love so much, and listen, it's been stuck for the last 3 months. My Love featuring Ira Star, that has 6.6, but that also came out 10 months, like last October. So again, you have to look at time frame and all that, and for Jade to already have 2 point
surpass them, yeah. I will say Jade is a little bit more relatable, and a lot of the young girls have always liked Jade. I think, like from the fan pages I've seen, Jade seems like the one that everyone like loves the most.
Well, listen, and you know what? It's funny because she said it in an interview too while promoting the single that she, out of all the girls, she didn't want to let Little Mix go. She was a big fan of Little Mix and loved what they did, and she, although the way they were put together, manufactured and stuff, but as they took homes of their career, like, and a lot of people don't give them credit for that, she says, and I agree. They wrote their songs and all that, as she says, like, she really championed for Little Mix. She was a fan to keep it on, and she felt weird after, but my personal favorite out of all the girls, listen, I love all the girls. I always felt that Jessie, even when she was in the group before she left, it wasn't because she left. I always looked at her. It was the resting bitch face for me. I don't know, that I'm like, ugh, that one. But, and you know that throughout the years, I always said it. I'm like, there's something about that one.
I've always liked Jade the most. She's like the more like fun. She's like the more, she's such a not a beard. She's like such a drag queen. She loves Drag Race.
Yeah, she was on Drag Race.
And also like she's just such an ally too, which is awesome. But Perry, I like her, but she was overrated to me because of the whole Zayn Malik
voice. I think amazing voice. I love her. Beautiful girl too. She's a Cancer girl, so I'm not surprised. I think she's like beautiful. There's something about her that's very beautiful and cool and down to earth. But my favorite was Leanne, or is Leanne. My favorite out of all the girls is Leanne. It was Perry at first, but like overall, Leanne. Leanne's my favorite out of all.
I like Leanne. She's so pretty, and her kids are so cute.
And could you believe she had twins? I don't know if you've seen the Love video or any of her videos recently. Obviously, they were after the twins, but could you fucking believe that? She looks back to like what she was. Like, damn, girl. She's gorgeous. I love her. Libra. Yeah. I'm not surprised, though. Those Libras. But anyways, we had recently a poll on our Inner Circle Instagram page where we asked the people, is marriage that big of a deal? And we are living in an age where us as millennials, we've seen a lot of articles about what Gen Zers are not doing, and even us, that we're having less kids, that we don't really want to bring kids into this world. And honestly, I think that's kind of smart when I read those articles. Like, I'm glad that a lot of people are not fucking popping out kids, bringing kids the way our predecessors were doing. Like, let's be real. My mom popped out 5. Like,
my mom was popping kids knowing she didn't want to be in the marriage, but she was bored, I guess.
Yeah, you know what I mean? And even our grandparents and our great grandparents who stayed in it,
Yeah.
while they were having offsprings and still having kids with you. Listen, times have changed, and I think it's smart that our generation plus Gen Z, I give them golf claps where it's due, are being smarter. Like, no, we don't want to be bringing kids into this fucking crazy ass world. But with that being said, my thought was, is marriage really that big of a deal? And 33%, there was three choices. There's yes, it shows true commitment.
Mm.
Um, absolute. The next choice was absolutely created to stress us humans, and then there was indifferent. There was 33% that voted yes. It shows commitment. 22% voted absolutely created to stress humans, and 44% voted indifferent.
I'm
Um,
indifferent.
are your thoughts about? Yeah, I'm indifferent about it as well.
I'm
Actually,
indifferent. I think if marriage is something sacred, and if when I get the opportunity to get married, because somebody's gonna drop on a knee and ask me. But I think that
that's always been my thought too. Someone is gonna ask me.
but I
If,
think that for me, I don't think I want to force the narrative. I know that there are people that have gotten married like for tax break reasons. There are people that have gotten married for love. Then there are people that have gotten married out of opportunities and shit. So every to each their own. Me, I'm indifferent about it. I think I do respect it. Like it is a civil union of sorts. But for me to like, I don't know. There are people that I find it weird when people say shit. Like there are two things right now that I find weird. When someone says that they want to be in a committed relationship, but they don't want to commit to each other, like in marriage, I find that to be kind of weird. Like I can't see myself living with someone and being with someone and having their kids for the rest of my life and not having like a sort of commitment like a ring. So that's why I'm indifferent, but at the same time I know that I would like to get married eventually. That and then if someone my age or older tells me that they're non-political and they don't like to talk about politics, then you're not adulting. You don't want to be an adult. Cuz like everything around us right now has to do with politics. Like
yes, but I'm sorry. I know that's tearing off from the original poll, but
marriage and politics should be
no, a
something that
little.
you guys have in common.
No, I guess, but know enough to carry on a conversation and to know laws and stuff. But I also don't want to be like into some political deep shit, like everything. No, no, no. But anyways, I vote. I also am thinking different, especially because again, as a proud, oh, okay, man. Um, I since younger when it wasn't legal. Like I've lived, like wow, I could say I've lived. Like this is crazy. We've been through a lot of historical stuff. I
Yeah.
like I was around and was in high school and came out where it wasn't legal to get married in the United States as a gay man. Like this has happened as the years have gone by. It is amazing that I get to live, we get to live and say that we've seen things progress. Although the last few years and things like it
Although they're
feels like,
trying to take it away from us, Lord.
but listen, at the same time, um, you know, I was used to like, oh, gay people can't get married as a kid. So to me, I am indifferent, but it's something that I always, as a kid, I'm not gonna lie either, as a kid, and they say you manifest and you always have in your spirit what you truly always want in life. And as a kid, I've always envisioned myself having one son. I've always wanted one kid, one son, and I always envisioned myself getting married. I kind of like a not that I'm Cinderella, but the male Cinderella, I guess. I envisioned that. I've envisioned like a prince, like someone that like sweeps me off my feet and all that shit. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, in a sense, it would be nice to get married and have that, but at the same time, I'm indifferent.
Hmm. I think
Yeah,
at the end of the day, I'm
but
again,
I want commitment. I want
I
that person.
yeah, and I think commitment doesn't just come from like a fucking marriage certificate. But at the same time, I think if a person is adamant, like there are girls who dream about getting married and having their own families at like 4 fucking years old. Like, bitch, go play with Barbies or My Little Pony. Um, but I think as you get older and you start trying to build your own tribe and build your own family, the last thing you want to do is like not have a civil union. I don't know. That's just me. Now, being that I worked in the bridal industry for so fucking long, and I know, and I was the bridesmaids whisperer slash the bride's therapist. The way that I would get married wouldn't be like that whole marketing branding type of thing. Like my shit would be very Studio 54-esque. I'll have that shit in a warehouse somewhere, make it like a nice reception, and wear a white jumpsuit. Call it a day. No bridesmaids, no dun 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 dun. Like we're not doing that. We're going straight to City Hall.
Oh yeah, like no, yeah. I mean, I've always also envisioned my marriage nothing crazy like in a church or thing, but by a beach. I've always envisioned a beach. Always envisioned a beach. But with that being said, um, listen, thank you guys so much for tuning in to our episode 219. We appreciate you guys. We thank you guys so much. Tune in next week. We have a great show for you guys. It's closer to our Puerto Rico trip, which we can't wait. And also we'll be bringing you our coverage and our thoughts on the Queens, the
of
R&B,
R&B, the Queens of R&B tour. When you guys watch this, we will be having, since there are people watching right now, we will be at the Queens of R&B tour, which is featuring the two main acts are Escape, the R&B group Escape, and SWV. And they're gonna have, I think,
702
total, Maya. Yeah, so tomorrow at Madison Square Garden. So it should be lit. And hopefully we get to talk to, people and ask them what's tea.
Yes, so we're excited about that. We'll definitely be bringing you all our coverage. Thank you guys so much. Make sure to follow, like, subscribe, share everything that Inner Circle Podcast. Follow us on our Instagram where we keep you guys up to date with the latest breaking news, stories, memes to make you laugh, motivational shit. For the people who enjoy my nuggets, I'm going to announce it here right now. For the people who enjoy my nuggets and follow me on my personal Instagram, and there's some of you, because some of you did reach out about the Gizmo saying, I'm glad to hear Gizmo's okay. And I know it was yes, and I really appreciate that. It like those little things is like, oh, that means a lot. That means a lot. So thank you. So for the people that follow me on my personal page, the nuggets are coming back. They're coming back soon. They're coming back soon.
They were always great. They were always like these little pep talks that I needed on my way commuting to work.
But they're coming back exclusively on the Inner Circle page on Instagram. So exclusively, I'm going to be bringing it there since we already share so much, like, motivational memes and all that stuff. So make sure to follow us on that Instagram. You can stream us anywhere you listen to your favorite podcast, YouTube, Facebook. Thank you guys so much. See you guys next week. Adios.
Thank you for watching. Make sure to follow, like, share, subscribe, everything the Inner Circle Podcast, and catch us every Wednesday live at 8 p.m. on YouTube and Facebook.